Jeremy, you spoke with Hamlin's agent, Ron Butler, yesterday. What more do we know?
Well, Greeny, Butler told me that Hamlin's oxygen levels are improving, and that's a good sign. He was on 100% oxygen. That percentage has come down, which means that he is breathing some on his own. And they're closely monitoring his lungs after what happened on Monday night, and so they're cautiously optimistic. Butler said this is a day-to-day proposition where they're just hoping, praying, waiting for progress.
So set the scene for us there in Buffalo, as the Bills do have, at least as of this moment, a game scheduled for this weekend. What has it been like there in the city with the outpouring of support that Hamlin is receiving?
Well, it's been a solemn 24 hours, but here at the stadium, there were two different prayer visuals. You had about 150 Buffalo Bills fans that stood out here to my left in the rain and prayed out loud for Damar Hamlin. People took turns saying out what they were feeling in the moment, praying for the power of healing. And so other than that, it's just been quiet in the Buffalo facility, but talking to people in the organization, they do feel better today than they did yesterday, because when they went into an afternoon meeting, players and coaches, they really had no idea what was going on, and so they were scared, and they're still scared, but they've gotten more clarity. They've gotten some updates from the family, and so they're cautiously optimistic here that things are improving.
So, Jeremy, the league announced yesterday that the game, which was in progress on Monday night, of course, the Bills and Bengals, would not be resumed this week. What, if any, sense do you have regarding the possibility it could still be played down the road?
Well, Greeny, I've spoken to multiple people with the team who are a bit skeptical that the game can be played again because they just don't see a clean way to do it. You're pressed up against Week 18. People here are saying, look, we got to prepare for the New England Patriots right now. We have to be professionals and sort of hide our despair a little bit and get on the practice field and do our best, knowing that we can open up and talk to coaches and players about how we're feeling. And so they're juggling all that. They're really not thinking about Cincinnati. Now, I spoke to a league source who's involved in and has knowledge of the scheduling process, who said that, you could push it back the wild card a few days, try to squeeze it in the next 10 days, or you can try to move back the bye week leading into the Super Bowl. But other than that, it's just really hard to do. They do expect Commissioner Roger Goodell will look at all options on the table here, try to figure something out.
Jeremy Fowler live with us from Buffalo. Outstanding as always. Thank you. And we will come back to you if there's any further developments there as I bring it out to the table here this morning, and welcome for the first time today an outstanding crew that we have for you today. Chris Canty played so many years in the NFL. Dominique Foxworth did as well, and was the president of the NFLPA. Damian Woody played in the NFL for so long, and Kimberly Martin, our insider. I will start with you. As you spent the day yesterday, a day really unlike any in the history of pro football, certainly the recent history.
Yeah.
Speaking to people all across the league, what sorts of things were you hearing?
Just how wonderful of a kid Damar is. A driven kid, a kid who was thinking about the bigger picture, a kid who was thinking about helping others, not just when he came into the league, but that toy drive, which we've seen go from, the modest ask of $2,300 or $2,500 to now over $5 million. He was doing that before he got into the league, thinking about others. He was a passionate guy. He was competitive. He's a guy who always set his sights on the NFL. But around the league, beyond that, this is not just how are the Bills and Bengals doing story in a sense. The whole league is hurting. I texted with Brandon Staley, the Chargers head coach, last night. He told me his defensive coordinator and his wide receivers coach were at Pitt. They coached Damar. His defensive coordinator, his wife was actually Damar's academic counselor at Pitt. There are teams right now, guys who know him from Pittsburgh, but just from being in the league, and everybody is hurting, and they're trying to compartmentalize emotions, which we see players put emotions to the back burner to just do this job. You guys know, to just do this job every day, to practice, to play, you have to suspend reality in a sense. And what they witnessed was that could have been me, not just my fallen brother, but at any moment. And that you're asking them to unpack, to deal with, and also compartmentalize to play on Saturday and Sunday. It is a very difficult ask.
Yeah, the league did announce yesterday that at least as of now, no changes to the Week 18 schedule have been made. I suppose that doesn't mean they couldn't still make some if necessary, but as of now, there are 2 games scheduled to be played on Saturday and the rest on Sunday. And look, I've been around pro sports all of my adult life, but of course I was never a player. And so, Chris Canty, I can't put myself directly in the position of a person who has just witnessed, let's say, a member of the Buffalo Bills, someone who might be very close to Damar Hamlin, having just watched all that we just saw with him on Monday and understanding the situation that he remains in today, and at the same time trying to go through all of the necessary preparations to play a football game this coming weekend. It is remarkable. How would you imagine that is going there in Buffalo and other places around the NFL?
Well, I'm sure it's hard for those Bills players to compartmentalize because on the one hand, they're concerned about Damar's well-being, but on the other hand, like Kmart said, they're faced with their own mortality.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.